and welcome back to my channel. I didn't get a new microphone yet because this one's working. My big one wasn't working, so I've only had that big one like a year and barely used it, so it's going in the garbage. We tried it on another computer and it's just not working, so it's gonna be thrown away. Made by Shure. I don't know how you pronounce the name. I don't even know the spelling of it right now because I was just so angry that I couldn't get it to work. So, yeah, that's it. Never, ever will I buy that again. Never. I don't want that one again. So I'm running off of a little tiny microphone that I hope is picking up okay. Um, so my first two vlogs, what I was talking about, things that are missed that I didn't see, that may be something, maybe nothing. Wow. We have an investigation that is taking so long out in Tucson, Arizona. We have no person that we know of, that's been said, that can help come forward who is a neighbor or just in the general neighborhood. But who'd be out in the neighborhood too? I don't know. Maybe someone has a dog taking their dog out. I do it. But 2, 3, 1, 4, whatever time. Nothing. No one's coming clear with nothing. So that it makes you rethink a little bit in life. Certain people will. Some people just be like, that happens all the time. Why do you keep talking about it? Because it doesn't happen like that all the time. Not like that. Like I looked at the video today, and you have to excuse me, tonight's hair washing night, so we'll get that out of the way. And somebody asked me earlier today, is that your hair color? Yeah, that's my hair is really, really dark underneath. But anyway, I where was I? I was looking at just some coverage and thinking, uh, the idiot does. At first I was thinking, if you know somebody, if you've known somebody, met somebody, have, obviously I'm not going to say have a heart to do that, but someone you love or someone that you have a relationship or someone that you kill, it's pretty hard to look at them in their face and, for example, shoot them. Usually you do it from behind or something, because it's too personal. So for this person, I thought for a moment, you see a doorbell, and I'm going to go off the topic in a minute because it's going to be inserted in this video for you all to watch what other people have shown that's paranormal. I'm like, wow, dude, this is weird because I seen it and I heard it. It made a noise and I seen it. Okay, me and my ex, we're both, yeah, Joy. We've both seen it. Uh, it's kind of weird because when you see a flat doorbell like that, there's no overhang on a Nest or a Ring doorbell. They're all over my neighborhood. I just don't want. I'm too lazy. I'd rather save my money. I don't want to pay for one of them when I have cameras all over. Forget it. Um, I don't want to do that. But they do go out pretty far for her in that, with, you wouldn't call it a mud room because it's like a porch. And, it's gonna have to shoot straight out because it can't go anywhere else, I guess. I don't know if it's open on the sides or not. I don't know. But it's gonna go straight out. Now, when everybody's talking about the newest thing. When he goes outside and he picks up flowers, they're not talking about that, but I am. Did you see the pavers? She's got pavers around her home. They're rocks. She's got stones by her home. She's got rocks, little rocks, stones. But you don't think to pick that up, to smash it and be done. You pick flowers. Does that seem like it could be a symbol of I'm sorry, but this is going to happen? Or not? Am I looking too much into this, reading too much into it? I don't know. Because look, you know it's not going to hold flowers. And you're not prepared. You're not holding anything to make it hold the flowers. So you know it's not going to hold flowers, but you bend down and you pluck out rather, her flowers. And you want to hang them over that. That seems a little bit personal. It seems like this is somebody who had a connection with her at one point. Especially when you can look at the dirt right there. You know, you got lights in your mouth. It's not a gold tooth or a silver tooth or whatever. He clearly puts a little flashlight in his mouth. You don't see smoke coming from it, so it's not a cigarette, but you see that, and he can use that and just look in the sand real quick. Oh, there's a stone. You're done. You've smashed it. But he didn't. He didn't. Stupid. I'm thankful, but stupid. Again, like there's a connection somewhere. Could have walked down the road one day and had a little chat with her a long, long time ago. Could have been seeing her out there and just flat out stalking, but had this messed up mental connection with her. Flowers. I go back to that from my own thoughts of flowers, but this guy did not kidnap me. He was just stalking me. Okay. So they're talking about, well, when he gets up, and anybody would do this, you would think, if you're getting ready to commit a crime in a home. You bend down, you pick up flowers, and you look straight ahead, because there's a house over there. It's a ways over there, but it's over there. You look and you want to see if there's anybody out there. If you can, and then you look the other way, and the other way, which is pretty much to his left, you see a house over there, and it's a ways away. However, you see a light going off. It looks like someone's holding a cell phone. It looks like, because if I pick up my iPhone and I move it, it's going to light up. And if I stop moving it, it's going to go dim. It's going to go dark. That's just what my cell phone does. My cell phone does that. It's an iPhone. That's what they do. I don't know. He doesn't gesture or anything. He just looks away. It could be a light out there that's going off and on. It could be another person standing out there. It wouldn't be unheard of. Why wouldn't it be someone else out there? Her doorbell's not getting it. It's too far out. It's dark. Nobody else's doorbell is getting anything that we know of. This should be breaking news because this is how it gets solved. People like you and I, the public, that's how it gets solved. But now, sadly, the days are going on and on and on and on and too long. And I got curious today and I was looking at some people online with these stupid spirit box things. My opinion. All this is my opinion. I looked at the date. Oh, 3 days ago. Now what they're talking about. And I think there's somebody back there because I see a light. Can any of these spirits tell me, is that a person back there holding a cell phone or something? Come on, are we going there? Do it before. Then, but please, I'm not into psychics. I'm not into spirits. I don't talk to spirits, and they sure as heck don't talk to me because it's not the way it works. And we are the living. We are the living. We are the ones that solve stuff. The dead are incapable of solving stuff. And I think we learned that through Sylvia Brown. And many others who have messed up in their so-called readings or mindset or whatever they were toying with. John Edwards, he was another one who was big, and wrote books and made a lot of money. And people followed him like crazy because people just want hope. But you know what? He was wrong about a lot of things in the end. And it comes to light in the end that, dude, you're wrong. That didn't happen. And you've been wrong all along. So, we need people who are alive to help people. That's what we need. Not getting it from neighbors. I don't know. I think it's very sad, and I think it's just it's playing out and playing out behind the scenes now. TMZ's not talking that I heard of. The sheriff's not talking because he's getting a lot of crap from people. Well, the FBI's not talking because it's Kash Patel and all the people that absolutely hate Trump. And either way, I didn't vote, so this time around. So I can't put my hand in that cookie jar. But haters will be haters when it comes to someone's life. Is this what we resorted to? Blah, blah. Is this what we resorted to? Going through this stuff? Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I'm gonna insert a picture of one of the cameras that we have in the house that will also fit in the window, which, by the way, I was told today, the windows are tinted. So, and we have black tape around the cameras. It's about that round. And plugs right into the wall. And it's on. It's on, baby, and it's running. And it stays in the home where nobody can mess with it. You can put it anywhere. No one's going to know where it's at. It's better than a nanny cam. Because they're dark. When you put they come white. They may come dark, but ours didn't, so we have two. And they're in the home. So I have one in the living room today, to keep an eye on the dogs. Because we had some errands we had to run, and you could actually talk through it. You can talk through it. You connect your phone to it and you look through it as well. They're good. The one in the living room has lasted, I think it's been like 3 years or more. Yeah. Yeah, it just keeps on kicking. The other one's been replaced once. Yeah. I dropped the other one. It fell off the windowsill. They don't fit on the bedroom windowsills, but in the living room it's good. And if you have like a stand up against your window, it'll sit on there perfectly. And no one's going to see it. The windows are tinted, but at nighttime, tinted windows, light still comes from inside out. So I have something weird to show you all. And it's quick, but others have shown them as well, and I don't know what they call them. But it happened in the yard. And why were we recording it? I don't know why we were recording it. This has been a while ago. This isn't recent. This has been a while ago. I don't know why we had record on the cell phone. Maybe we heard something. We got a lot of animals around here. walked outside and a rabbit just took off. But I mean, maybe we heard something, I don't know. But we were recording, and lo and behold, this, make it out to be what you will of what figure it is, but it just, it's not normal, not right. But I'm going to say one thing about it. I'd like you to comment if you've seen it or heard of them. I've seen it on one video. Somebody had a video and they showed it, and I'll never find that person again. Never. But uh what was I gonna say about this thing? It's not human. It's not normal. Oh, what I was gonna say was no cars, no street lights, nothing moved, no wind, nothing. Because you can hear the air from it. Whatever it is, you can hear that. And we captured it on camera. I'm sorry. We had the camera in the bedroom, the other room at the time. And it was watching the side of the house because we had a guy come up the hedge, I mentioned in one video. And that's why it was there. And it grabbed that. It's not a person. It's not a person. It's a thing. It's a something. And it's not human. And it's not normal. And again, there are no streetlights. We don't, our road is lit up well. But you're talking street light at the corner, street right at there, street light down there. We don't have them like all down the road. We're on a back road, a quiet road. So we don't have them like that. So there's not one where besides you're going to know it's not a street light. Anybody who knows anything about this stuff is going to know it's not a street light. And that's what I'm here to say. So it's going to be inserted, probably on that side, because there's nothing over there. Over here you got my light and stuff, and I don't know what that'll do, but like, just insert it right here. I will have it done. And, or maybe however, yeah, it gets put up, in this video, but it will be put up. And comment about it and let me know what you think about that, because that was creepy. I remember that night and I didn't sleep. Look, I believe when the dead are dead, the dead are just, well, as soon as you die, your soul goes. Your soul leaves the body, because we all have soul. We all have a soul, and it leaves our body. And then we head off to just a better place. There's a higher being. This is not it. This is not the beginning and the end. You know, we may have lived this life 20 times over, 100 times over, and we keep reliving it. I don't know. I do believe in many religions because I have to have an open mind. I have to have an open mind. So I do. I came from a very, very earthly family. We lived on a few acres, and we've had every animal under the sun, and we were nature people. And that is what healed us. That's what made us feel good, nature. So a lot of people said that I was probably born into witches. I got a few witch books. I do fit into a green witch because I rescue animals. A lot of witches rescue animals. I love animals. All kinds. Have reptiles, have fish, horse, dogs. And the dogs are rescues. And the fish I just fell in love with, had to have them. The horses, he started out as a lease. He's probably going to go back as a lease as long as I can keep on seeing him, because he's a lot of horse. But I grew up riding horses and showing horses, so I come from a mother and a father. Before I was born, I had a brother, and there's pictures of him up on a draft horse with my mom and dad there. But my brother sadly was run over by his school bus when a boy threw his hat out in the road and he went to pick it up. He got run over and killed. I wasn't born yet, but you know, Earth has been our go-to in my family my whole life. We tend to figure things out pretty well. That's why I don't like to say, oh, I know for a fact. Oh, yes, this happened. Oh, no, that didn't. Because you can't. You don't, and you can't. But I like peace. And I don't handle confrontation well. And I don't handle fighting, arguing, hate. I don't handle it well. And I always pray. And of course, there's a wish. I don't believe in luck, but hope, wish, pray. I always believe in them to get me through. So, yeah, with all those that gets me through in life. It gets me through in life. It helps me a lot to know that bad things happen to good people. And people say there is no God or there is no anything other. Well, that's not up. That's up. That's, it's not up to God if you want to blame God. What it is, it's we're here on this earth and this earth is not perfect. And neither are the people. And bad things happen to good people. Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. If you're thinking that, it shouldn't be that way. But it is that way. And it's been that way since the beginning of time, I'm quite sure. Bad things happen to our loved animals, our beloved animals. It shouldn't, but it does. It can to a lot. And you know, you can be the most horrible person. This is the part that I have to question and don't get. Your whole life, you call people names, you smoke cigarettes like a chain smoker, you drink like crazy, you're just, oh, you hate people, you hate life, you hate everything. But you can live to be over 100 years old and healthy. I can't follow that. I can't follow that. But again, because I believe the universe plays no favorites. There's something bigger out there than us, for a fact. And when we all end up there, we're all going to know it. Or we relive our life again. I don't know. Nobody knows. So believe in what you believe in. But I have that video. It's got to be attached to this video so you get to see it. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about that one. Honestly, I don't know how many people could put up a video like that. It's not homemade. It's honestly, it's real. It is not made. You can't make something like that. It just happened. Pretty freaky for a while. And when you think about it, and I found it tonight on my phone, I'm like, I remember that night. I remember that night. I remember having a hard time sleeping. And we had 3 dogs at the time because I just rescued another one. I'd say about 8 months ago, rescued another one. But, you know, you can have 1,000,000 dogs and it can make this place like Fort Knox. And you know what? If they really want to get in, they're going to get in. People. I'm not talking about spirits. People. People are going to get in. If it's like Fort Knox, they're going to get in. It's just the way it goes. Life can be tough. That's why we have to be aware of our surroundings and we have to be careful. Always be aware. And if you have a weird feeling, follow it. Don't just shrug it off. Follow it, no matter how stupid you don't tell anybody. follow that weird hunch. I do. I follow them all the time. I'm not sitting here reading cards to find out what happened to Nancy Guthrie. I'm not sitting here, with I didn't buy a spirit box to find out. That's just not me. That's not going to happen. If the dead could talk and they cannot, that part I believe firmly. Why would they want to help us? We're alive. They do not. If they could talk, if they could, they can't. They're not people who are deceased. They just can't help us. Sorry. So everybody's going on a hunch, and I'm kind of thrown in that little basket there of eggs. And I'm saying, as the days go by, I just feel that the time becomes more dire and the intentions were more cruel. That's what I feel. Man, to go out there and pluck a handful of flowers. You're an idiot. That takes an idiot. Takes an idiot to take a woman. 84 years old yet and living her life. Yes, that takes an idiot. Person at the door is the only one I could speak of, because in the background I don't know what that light is. I don't know if it's a person with a cell phone waiting for him. If it is, that person's just as stupid, because you're standing back there in the brush, not too far from a house back there, and I know it's late. I get it, early in the morning. I get it, but freaking cell phone's going off and on every time you move your hands, lightening up and going dim, and it's stupid. These people are just stupid. So, I told you all I had letters and all that. Let me put up that paranormal thing first, see what you all think. Leave a comment about that. And then after that, we'll move on to some letters I have and just more about general life and how aging sucks. It does. How aging can really suck. And it does. It does. I don't know if I can go back and be 20 again and just believe what everybody told me. You know? And say, yeah, I get it, I get it. Yeah, I really get it, yeah, yeah, okay, that's cool. Let's go ride horses, let's go play with dogs. Let's go play in the creek. Let's go, I don't know, swimming in the pond, whatever, stuff like that. And I want to make something else clear. When I wrote to these serial killers, and there were other people who were in for life with murder, if anybody ever decides that they want to write them, I don't think any of you will, because you're not simple-minded. Like, yeah, I just wanted to educate. Well, you'll get no education out of these people, that's for sure. But it's pathetic. Do not use your home address. Get a P.O. box, because a P.O. box runs through another city before it comes to your city. Because they'll never find you. They'll never find you, because what they do, even those that are on death row, can give your letter or your address to someone who will be out one day. Yeah. And you don't want someone to go, oh, wow, there's a good one to go after. Yeah, right. No, you don't want that to happen. So, but that's what they do. That's what they do when they're in for life and other people are not. Or even if they're not, they're getting out 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, I don't care. They will give away your address to others or sell it, trade it for food, whatever. And now you're out there. Don't be one of them. That is something that's very wise advice, actually. Because I knew a girlfriend who decided she wanted to get into writing murderers and stuff. And I'm like, dude, all I was trying to do is figure out what makes them tick, because they're on a roll, serial killers, and what makes them tick, I always wanted to interview, not Ted Bundy, because hell no. Jeffrey Dahmer. I always wanted to interview him, but he was killed in prison, and I would not have been allowed to interview him anyway. So that would have been an epic fail, but I had a fascination with wanting to know why, so I can try to avoid the why. Why they do it, what turns them on with it, why they do it, what gets them going, and why can't you stop? You can stop to raise a family for 10, 15, 20 years, but you start back up again. You know, like Gacy, he was the killer clown, remember, and all that, but why? And why? That's all I wanted to know, because survival is something that we all need. Now, I'm not so worried about serial killers. I'm more worried about mass shootings out there. Train for it. It's well worth the money. It's not expensive. Train how to get out of a mass shooting as best you can. Train for it. That's all I could say. Everything I'm saying is just my opinion. It's an opinion. You have to go through a professional to train for how to get out of a mass shooting. If you think you hear, look, I was walking out to my car one day from the store, and I remember a firecracker did go off down the way. She went, and she jumped, and I felt so bad for her. So bad. Is this what we've come to? Just the life we live in all these doggone states and around the world even? Is this what we've come to? No, it'll stop. It has to stop. Because we can't keep doing this. Now you can see my dark hair. Because we can't keep doing this. We can't. We're better than this. We're better than this. If someone's having a bad day, don't get in their face. Don't say anything. Good advice, I think. Proper. Yeah. Like when Ice was making the rounds. I don't know what Renee Good was doing with her vehicle halfway in the road like that, parked like that. It should not have been. She didn't deserve to get shot in the face. And numerous times. She didn't deserve that. You had her tag number already. We know you did. She lived across the street from where she was facing. You could have arrested her when she got in her house or came back later. You could have arrested her then for obstruction or whatever the hell you thought you were doing. She was doing. I don't know. And then, of course, there's the nurse, the veteran, who, Alex, I can't remember his last name. Not pretty, but something like that. Pretty. Him. Wow. The first video, he was on a roll. He was doing damage. He should have been arrested. It would have saved the life of him. They should have gone down and arrested him. But then I heard, and this is through all the weeds in my yard, not even a grapevine, so we don't have a grapevine, but all the weeds, I've heard a lot of Proud Boys were hired in that big ICE thing in Minnesota. A lot of the people, Trump was just grabbing people, they were receiving, like 47 hours of training because he's the 47th president. They did damage, and peaceful protesting gets hard when people get killed and people can't open their businesses and they lost money. Again, that was a tragedy for both of those people, but Alex went off, and they showed the video. The first time he went to the protest, he went off. I don't know what happened. I just saw where he was kicking in the taillight, and it came out, and people were saying it was not real and all that, but you know what? I don't know. So He should have been arrested. That's why they were there. Even if someone commits a crime, arrest them. Someone recognized him later, I heard. One of the guys, and they were on their way out to lunch. And they recognized him as they were pushing a girl around. He went to save her, and he asked her, he even said, and it's on the audio, "Are you okay?" And that's when they all jumped him. Take his firearm. You don't take a firearm to a protest. You can. They said you can. The law says you can, but don't. And everybody yells gun. These guys, these ICE people yell gun, gun. One guy goes, "Where's the gun? Where's the gun?" And then they just start shooting. When again, he could have been arrested. People today are just out. Take your frustrations out on a pillow. Go boxing. Do something like that to burn off this cortisol, adrenaline, all those bad chemicals. That's what you need to do. Don't go after people and take it off on them. Because our police department here don't behave that way. They don't. I don't know if we have ICE around here. I haven't seen them. But if we do, and I don't know, if I get stopped, I'm just going to say you have a warrant. If, you have a warrant. What did I do wrong? And do you have a warrant? Because I don't want to get out of a vehicle. Once you get out of a vehicle, you're very vulnerable to these guys as well as being in the vehicle, but I think you're more vulnerable out of the vehicle of them grabbing you and throwing you in their vehicle and taking you off to God knows where you'll be sent. I have no clue. I have no clue where you'll be sent. So, and that's like if you're walking down the road and someone pulls up and they have a gun, they say, get in, get in, get in, or I'm going to shoot you. Chances are they're not going to shoot you out there in the open like that. You get in, it's a done deal. It's done. So I'm getting in. I'll take my chance on the outside having you shoot me than I will getting in on the inside and having you maybe kill me. Probably kill me. Why else? I mean, why else? What other reason would there be? So that's me. That just comes from a trained mind of don't listen to me though. Again, I think people today should be taking classes. I think people today should be learning more of how uh, things are very testy right now. Everybody's under stress and pressure. And I think that we need to just be the better person. Just be the better person. If somebody says something, say, have a nice day. Keep on walking. Don't say anything at all, like you didn't even hear them. Really. Doesn't take much for someone to go off today. Not now. All right, I'm out. I'm going to insert that video and I'm going to put this video up and let me know what you think in the comments about that weird paranormal thing. And it is. And it is. Because I seen somebody else had it on their video. And if I hunt it up in my history, I'll probably find it. All right. You all have a good night. And thank you for being here. And take care. What happened? This computer, I gotta tell you. Bye-bye.